You guys ready?
ComX presents.
Alex, not yet. Lauren, what are you doing?
Making everything look sexy and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU? Or,
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck. Welcome to ComX's Friday Night Drink and Draw. Tonight's guest is me, and the theme is Optimus Prime. So over to you, Spedsy.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah, next to me, well, I guess I am Spedsy. Next to me is a man who they call Quick, but he just penned his first ever Rick McClune script this week, who is the second fastest gun in the West. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Quick McClune.
Hey guys, I'm pumped to be here. I'm pumped. I'm as pumped as a young mother with a newborn. I'm pumped. Let's go.
Yes. Thanks for the awkward start. Speaking of young mothers, fresh off her ComX maternity leave, it's Lady Radis.
Howdy. How you doing?
Now, question we're all asking, where'd War go? He's right here. David Wargo, welcome back to the show, sir.
Well, thank you. Great to be back.
Next to David, of course, is Trevor Bovis's dad. It's Tim McEwen. And then the second question on the list, where'd Flash Domingo? I don't know, but his dad's here. It's Gary Challoner. Get ready, Gary. There's only about 42 more of those sorts of jokes to go. Like this one. Roll a couple look at this guy. Get it? Roll a couple look at this guy. It's Nick May.
I've got the touch. I've got the power.
Nice.
Now, he's not likely to slag you, but he might just chin wag you. It's Lee Chalker.
Hey, guy.
Now, a man who just before the show told us, wait, we're drawing a truck? I thought we were drawing a robot. Yes, it's the man sweeter than Dinky's sugar cubes. It's Dave Dye.
G'day, everyone.
And the birthday boy himself. What are you doing down there, Sizz? Welcome to the show. Yes. Shane, Sizzle, in the hizzle.
In the hizzle, yes.
Happy birthday, Sizz.
Well done, Shane. Yes, ComX is 3 today.
3?
Well done. You've done well, mate. Excellent.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, so we have some chatting to do with Sizz, but before we do, we are here to draw Optimus Prime, one of the most challenging drawings in our whole 67 or so episodes.
Thanks, Shane.
Now, what we like to do on this show is go around the room and talk about what we know or don't know about the character. And so, Quick, starting with you, mate.
Oh, it's not a good one.
Autobots.
I don't have a lot of experience with the robots. When I think of the Optimus Prime, I think about a friend of mine in high school who said, when I grow up and have kids, if it's a girl, I'm going to name it Scarlett Johansson. If it's a boy, I'm going to name it Optimus Prime. 15 years later, he named his son Jamie, and I was the first one to remind him. I was like, dude. This wasn't part of the deal.
Fat liar.
That's right. That's all I can tell you about the Transformer.
I just like the idea that, I don't know the guy's last name, but I'm going to go with Mitchell. So it would have been Scarlett Johansson Mitchell.
Yeah, something like that.
Mitchell. Well, Quick, if you're not a big Optimus Prime guy, who is your favorite robot?
You always do this to me. You just pick someone out of 100 great characters. I like Bender. He's my robot of choice. Yeah.
Okay. What do you like about Bender?
He's just I was teaching a class the other day about coding, and I reminded them that he once had a nightmare and he thought he saw a 2, and that was the joke that made all the kids laugh because coding's all zeros and ones. So Bender's there for me when I'm flying in the sky.
So there's
Happy
nothing
day,
to do with
mate.
the excessive drinking then.
He's a winner.
Lady Radis, are you a Optimus Prime Transformer nut?
100%. Oh, I don't know about nut, but I'm definitely a fan. Something I grew up with as a kid, and my brother was really into it, so our whole family was into it because he's the firstborn. And yeah, I got the box set and everything, and the movie's sick. So the cartoon movie, not the other
Yeah.
ones.
They are.
Nice.
They're not so sick.
They're 50% sick, and then gradually decrease with each one.
Anime, isn't it? Is it anime?
No,
No.
he,
Oh.
it's West,
You're
more Western.
You're thinking of Nick
Western.
May, Dave.
Yeah. NM, NMA.
No, the original movie, Dave, came out in the 80s, hey?
Yep.
Yeah. So it was like, ripper soundtrack on that one, as mentioned
Oh, right.
before.
Okay. Oh,
I
so
listen to it
it's
from
something
time to time on Spotify.
Mm.
For those playing at home, watching Gary Challoner roll his eyes, it's going to be a long night for dear Gary. So, strap in, sir. Lauren, do you have a favorite robot?
Favorite robot? Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, I've never seen. I only know him from the toys. I've only seen toys on the shelf. I've never seen.
He'd be right up your alley, like very Invader Zim, out there, like perfect villain. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, right. While we've got you, Lauren, can you give us a quick? Can you do the noise of the Transformers transforming?
No, I'm not a robot.
Could you give us your best shot, or?
As in, oh no, yeah.
League better than Quick McClunes just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing Shia LaBeouf
Actually
transforming.
sounded more like Krabby from friggin' Pokemon.
There's Sizzle with his robot friends.
Woo! What about you, Mr. Wargo? Are you a big Transformer guy?
I was growing up. Growing up in the 80s, Transformers was every boy I knew in the school playground loved Transformers, and I loved Optimus Prime too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
It was
toys?
sorry. Yeah, I had the Optimus Prime toy, the truck, the little plastic hands that I eventually lost, and
Yeah.
Did you have the OG metal one? Where the body was metal? Yeah, I've got one as well.
Yeah, I had that first gen one.
Yeah, nice.
Played with it all the time, and
Now you were meant to store the fifth
Transformers
in his chest, weren't you?
Yeah, you're supposed to keep them in the chest compartment. Yeah, but being like 6 maybe, you lose things.
I actually took my favorite Transformers to meet the Pope, which is a sentence I didn't expect to be saying.
Wow.
Do Transformers go to heaven?
Get a blessing?
Yeah.
The Pope appeared at Flinders Racecourse here in Melbourne, Victoria, and Mum took a young me, and to entertain myself, she was like, "Bring a handful of your Transformers."
You know what? The Pope wants to see my Transformers.
Yeah, the ground was all sandy, and one of the Transformers was a pull back and let it go, and it transforms as it goes. It no longer pulls back or goes. Yeah, and I had Wheeljack, and he lost his wing, and it was a great day for Pope and bad day for transforming.
Pope has a lot to answer for. Apparently.
Yes.
The sins of the Catholic Church start with my Transformer collection. Mr. Tim McEwen, How lucky are we tonight? Two of the heads on the Mount Rushmore of Australian comics, right here on the show. I don't want to like brag, but look at us go, Sizz. Look at us go.
Yeah, two blockheads.
Tim, are you a Transformers guy?
No, I'm not. So
Yes.
I was so excited to hear. I've never seen that that cartoon movie that everybody raves about. I was not the right age, I think, but there's I can't believe the love that there is for that movie. So it must be incredible, but I don't know. I probably never will see it. I saw the A one, and that was enough for me. And so I'm using a lot of reference. I'm certainly not drawing this from memory.
Yeah, I imagine. Is it a challenge? Is Optimus Prime a challenge to draw for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not organic. You can't fudge, musculature and anatomy, which you can do a lot of the time. But I don't know. I'll see how we go. I'm trying to find shortcuts and fudges where they may be.
Yeah. Too many straight lines for me.
Yeah. And I'm not a ruler kind of guy. I don't like to use a ruler.
Do you have a favorite robot?
Yeah, Astro Boy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a
Now
good
I know
call.
Astro Boy.
Yeah. That's more my kind of time zone era, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I can
Now,
relate to
now
that.
that's a Nick May, right? That's an anime.
Yeah, definitely.
That was
Like-
OG, like anime.
Bruto.
one of the gateway drugs for anime into Western culture. Astro Boy. I think wouldn't it be like one of the first ones? Astro Boy.
Kimber the White Knight.
What's the other one?
Voltron, Robotech.
Oh no, that's much
Prince
later.
Planet.
Yeah, Prince-
Gigantor.
Yeah, Prince Planet, Gigantor, Astro Boy, and who's the underwater kid? Who would chew the aqua gum or the
Salmon
oxygum?
Boy.
Yeah, Salmon Boy. No, not Salmon.
Good old Salmon Boy.
Anyway, yeah, they were cartoons from when I was really little.
Yeah, right. So your kids were they into Transformers? It sounds like you missed the boom. Maybe you were just before and your kids were just after.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't think either of them are into Transformers.
Yeah.
I made sure. It just happened that way.
What about you, Mr. Challoner? Transformers guy?
No, G.I. Joe guy I was. Although we did run a few Transformer ads on the back of Cyclone Comics. That was pretty close to the mark. But no, I was more of a G.I. Joe guy, I suppose. So, I haven't seen that Transformers film either. So I'm going to have to track it down and have a bit of a look if it's any good. So it's got a good reputation. But, yeah.
Now, you
So-
G.I. Joes, are we talking the Ken doll size ones or the little 7-inch ones?
I'm talking the comics.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, the comics are about the
7-inch
smaller guys. Yeah.
So, 7-inch guys. Yeah, very familiar.
Stop saying 7-inch guys. Do you have a favorite G.I. Joe?
Digger, of course. Digger.
Oh, is he the one that came with a dog? Did he come with... Oh, no, you don't know the toys. You only know the comic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Although there was a disused American figure who had a slouch hat, and Cyclone was allowed to adapt him into the Digger character. So we actually had our own little, Australian G.I. Joe figure for a while there. And he actually ended up being written into some of the American G.I. Joe comics after a while. So he actually become double legitimized by being published in the American editions of G.I. Joe. So that's pretty cool. But that's as close as I get to Transformers. So,
Wow.
But the Transformers Optimus tonight is actually proving to be quite easy to draw because it's all French curves for me. So it's a nice and easy way to handle all the machinery of the shapes of the body. So good.
French curves? What does that mean?
French, haven't you ever? Not you know about the French curve. Hold on.
Nah.
Have a look at this.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly right.
But wait, he's all straight lines, isn't that the?
Yeah, I don't get it. What are you talking about?
Not the way I'm drawing him.
Okay.
Nice.
Have you not seen
A little
Optimus
bit of-
Prime in France?
Oh,
Oh, Optimus Primo. Oh, is that Primo? Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe a bit Spanish, but all right, sure. RoboCop, look at this
Nick,
guy.
Save me, please, Nick. Say something.
My roller club joke didn't go down the way I hoped, Nick. But
I didn't hear it.
at
Did
the
you
start of
say
the
a
show,
joke, mate?
Yeah, no, I wasn't there.
RoboCop, look at this guy. Like,
Yeah,
anyway.
no,
Yeah, all
different person.
right. After we'll chat about it after the show. It's gonna land. There he is.
Holding up my French
Show.
Working in charge.
Frank.
Nick, I think you missed the Transformer boat. Am I right?
Yeah, so a little bit too old, but Dan was right into it, my little brother, who's, of course, your age. So that's where I learnt all about Optimus Prime. For a long time, I thought he was talking about Octopus Prime. It's hard to say Optimus when you're a little kid. And all I remember was if I ever watched any episodes, Optimus would always be falling over and he'd be like, I need more power. And that was every episode. He ran out of Energon cubes or whatever it was that they had. And I'm pretty sure that Dan and I used to play games where when we had no energy, we would just try and imitate Optimus Prime. So, Optimus Prime. So,
it paid off. Your impression is amazing. Can you tell us to roll out?
Transformers. No, I can't. No.
What a
Maybe
team.
I'll save it
That's
for the end.
amazing.
I'll save it for the end.
Okay. Quick McLuhan helped me out there. I want to know more about Octopus Prime. So, what did you envision in your head when Dan's just like, you've got to check out Octopus Prime? He's the best.
So it was that thing. So Dan used to say Optimus. So it was like, it wasn't Optimus. And I guess maybe because I was one of his older brothers, I had to tease him about not being able to say Optimus, and so it became Octopus Prime. And and when you type it into an Instagram post, people probably think, "Oh, that's just an old guy who doesn't spell check anything." But I believe it was deliberate.
Lee.
Yes, Rob.
If we had two members of the heads of Mount Rushmore, give us your nomination for one more head on the Mount Rushmore of Australian comics. This is too big a question, isn't it? I shouldn't have dropped that.
Mate, I'm sitting here drawing and you're going to throw that one at me, dude.
Lee, who's your favourite robot?
Yes, thank you, Nick. That's something I can. I don't know if you can call them robots, but I was always pretty partial to the old Veritech fighters in Robotech. That transformed from a plane into that Guardian mode sliding thing, and then the big giant robot to take on the Zentroni and stuff. But that's a whole nother story. But that'd be my favorite robot. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Robotech, one of the most frustrating games that I played as a kid, the video game where you spend the whole time walking around to universities learning how to drive mechs, and then you go in a mech and you get destroyed in 2 seconds. I didn't understand how to play it. It was weird. Lee, are you a Transformer guy?
Yes, very much so. It was my first Masters of the Universe and Transformers were very equal pegging in my house, that's for sure. I remember going to the Murray soccer fields when I was about 5 years old, and the buzz at school that week had been our television we had 2 channels. NQTV. How original is that? But that was one. And that was the main Prime channel, and they had ads for Transformers, and I was spewing, man, because I had to play soccer on a Saturday morning, and I missed the first episode of the Transformers cartoon, and it hung with me forever. And then just Mum to shut me up bought me a toy called Brawn, which was a little one, and I was happy, and forever that was it for me, mate. So I was off and running, and I had the entire series of Autobots and Decepticons Generation 1 toys by the time the movie came about, with the old "You Got the Touch" and all that soundtrack, and it must have watched that about 500 times with a bloke called Troy Scarce. Used to dig up the backyard to play Transformers versus Masters of the Universe. I mean, mate, good times, good memories. So, yeah, there you
go. Lee, if you could transform into anything, what would it be?
I don't know. Probably like the option of flying. That'd be pretty handy, you know.
So, transform into a plane?
I don't know if I'd like to be a plane. That seems a bit cumbersome. I was always a little bit more. I don't know, man. Maybe some sort of, no, nothing. I don't know, like a rainbow lorikeet. Like just,
oh yeah,
yeah, that'd be me.
I mean, that makes more sense than a fleshy human transforming into a metal plane, I guess. Rainbow lorikeet.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
What would you do about feral cats as a rainbow lorikeet? I mean, you stand out.
Well, they would obviously be my arch nemesis, Rob. So I would probably, I guess, over time and survival, band my fellow rainbow lorikeets together and, create a comic book about rainbow lorikeets versus cats and transform into people.
Decepticats.
Decepticats.
There you go.
All right.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
That's all right, mate. No worries.
Dave, very important question for you. Can you see the comments on the screen?
Yeah. How do Transformers reproduce? Do they engage in robot relations? Wow. Is that for me?
Yeah. Well, you're as good a person to ask as any. How do you get new Transformers?
Man.
It's called a fuel pump.
They come off the assembly line. Come on. They're only bloody machine, mate.
Who's building them?
Oh, who's building them?
The 7-inch model.
Elon Musk.
Definitely asking the wrong person. NASA. Yeah, good one. NASA.
The answer's just there.
Yeah, this is the answer, Dave. Does it tell you?
Oh, you pressed it as well.
That's the answer.
Okay. Right.
Does that answer all your questions that you might have had?
That does. It certainly does. I'm glad you cleared that up for me. I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight.
Dave, who's your favorite robot? Or what? What is your favorite robot?
Favorite robot. I'll go with bloody robot off. What was that show called?
Lost in Space.
The Robinson. Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. Good guess, Gary.
Can you do his famous catchphrase, Dave?
It wasn't exterminate. It was danger. Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson.
Lee, I should have asked you. Can you give us the sound of a transformer transforming?
No.
Straight up. Not happening.
What about this one? I've got to wait for a moment I can't do it when I'm smiling, but ready for this? What's that?
I
It's a
don't know.
theme transition.
Someone that should not play a trumpet.
That's when you went from an Autobot.
I'm wondering the same thing, Gary.
That's when you went from an Autobot scene to a Decepticon scene. It was an awesome.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's what that was meant to be.
Sizzle, you didn't recognize it? Come on,
God,
mate.
no. I don't know what that was.
Wow, Sizzle.
Yeah, wow. So I'm scared about this next question, which is for you, Sis. So we like to ask the guest, the person who picked the character, why? Why Optimus Prime?
Why Optimus Prime? Well, Optimus Prime is one of my favorite characters. Probably the easiest way to sum it up is when I was in my late teens, someone asked me, who do I think my spirit animal is? And without even thinking, I said Optimus Prime. So,
did they laugh at you like Nick laughed at little Dan May?
No, they just kind of looked at me weird. Like, what are you talking about? So, yes.
What do you like about old Optimus?
I don't know. I grew up with him. I loved him. He was the first toy I ever saved up for myself. I mowed lawns. I cleaned up after horses. I did all sorts of jobs to get the money up to buy an Optimus Prime because my parents bought me a sideswipe, a bloody sideswipe. What do I want a sideswipe for? I want an Optimus Prime, damn it.
Wow, discrimination much?
Yeah.
Wasn't Sideswipe like $15 and Optimus was like $45 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's why they got your Sideswipe.
Oh, yeah, that's why. They probably thought I'd like a Ferrari over a truck. So,
yeah. So let's take Optimus Prime out of the. Who's your second favorite Transformer?
Oh, probably Bumblebee.
Okay, third favorite. Let's go deep cuts.
Third favorite. Probably. Oh God. I was going to say Megatron, but not Megatron. Starscream.
Starscream, good. All right.
It was a plane. He reminded me of Robotech. So, and I was a huge fan of Robotech as well. So,
where are you guys all seeing Robotech? It was just not on my radar as a kid.
Oh, I loved Robotech.
NQTV, mate, the place to be. That was the song. You want to get into song NQTV, the place to be, and you used to get home at like 3:30 on a Monday.
I don't even know what that is.
And they're just banging out Robotech, man. And then came Monkey Magic, I think.
Yes,
and stuff like that. There was a huge run of kids' entertainment. It was good time.
Saturday morning on Channel 10 for me.
I think NQTV may have been Channel 10, a regional like subsidiary sort of station. Yeah, I don't know. Just good. It had good cartoons.
Yeah.
And I saw in the chat several people said it was Marine Boy was the one I was trying to think of.
Yes, Marine Boy. Yep.
Thank you for that.
Let us quickly, because this is one of the more challenging characters, particularly I've been looking forward to seeing both Nick, Lee, and Dave's versions, because it seems out of their wheelhouse, perhaps. It's definitely out of my wheelhouse. So let's quickly check in with Dave, and we'll talk a little bit about how are you going with it, Dave?
Good. I'm only doing sort of like a bust. I'm not doing the whole figure. So I'm doing sort of from the waist up and arms. And I think basically if you look at what the image I had as a reference that I checked up on today, he's basically a lot of cubes.
Right.
So if you can draw a cube, you basically can draw this. It's quite, this is a cube shape here. His chest, his arms are cubes, or blocky shapes. Lego blocks.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it, really. And then his fingers are quite chunky, so they're little cubes. So it's really quite easy.
And for those of us who can't draw cubes,
use a French curve.
French curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do there.
Yeah, we'll be checking back in with you, Dave, as the show
Right,
rolls
right.
on. But in the meantime, we're going to do a quick one of these and talk about why Sizzle is down there.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Name.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to clap, but it's me, so it seems sort of weird.
You can clap, mate.
Someone's cried, yes.
Yeah, you likely can't hear it, but there is literal fireworks going off about 200
Ooh.
meters down the road. I like to think it's because of what, Sis? Why are you down there, mate?
I'm down here because it is ComX's, the whole thing, third birthday. So everything 3 years ago, the whole thing started. The idea came to me last night, 3 years ago. And as of around 10 o'clock this morning, exactly 3 years ago, I built the site that would start it all. And I don't know why I know that, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Good on you.
So, give us a little quick version of the timeline of sort of the bigger moments of the last 3 years.
Okay, well, to start with, the site started off as a. Do you want to do the comments? Or you want me to?
I'll do comments. Sure.
Okay, cool. So it started off as me just building a directory for comic shops. Then it moved on to doing ads as well. And then thanks, Duncan. And then to doing comic events. And then it went on to we did the calendar. That was a big event, which then formed ComX Studio. And then we have, bring it in.
Hey, what do we got?
We got a cake.
Hey!
Happy birthday.
Smile me out. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Listening forever.
Happy birthday, old ComX. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Thanks, Dave.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Hip hip.
Hooray!
Oh. I'm glad we rehearsed that.
Now, speaking of that cake, someone who doesn't get enough of kudos is the secret shadow member of ComX.
Yes.
Who would I be talking about, Sis?
Keza.
Kerry, yeah.
Kerry, yes.
Yeah, Kerry.
Good on you, Kerry.
The secret member.
The lady behind the man?
Yes.
Good on
I
you,
believe
Kerry.
she's
literally behind you.
Oh.
There's that hand. Recognize that hand anywhere.
Yeah, Sizzle was a puppet, and that was the hand.
That's right.
I just read Duncan's comment. I don't know if I can show it, but it made me laugh. Yeah, all right. So the calendar, and that's how many of us in this room met.
Yep.
And then what? What'd you do then?
Then we had the Comic Studio was formed, and we tried to decide a better way to promote indie artists, indie creators, I should say. And that's when Presents was born. And then we got a whole bunch of people. All nice. Love the cover you've picked.
Yeah, that was happened. It was the first one. Helped us up 30 copies of it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then we got such a good response from people throwing in stories that we got another 4 black and white stories. So, so we made Presents Noir.
Yeah.
And then we made 1, and then we made 2, then we made 3, and then 4 is being made right now.
Mm-hmm.
All the art's in, we're just putting it together.
Well done, Sis.
Yeah. Do you feel good? Do you feel a sense of pride there, sir?
Oh, yes, definitely. I still can't believe what I've done in 3 years, and that it just started off as a directory to find comic shops. That's
Yeah.
and it turned into this, where
And we
I made
all
all
ended
these
up
amazing
finding
friends
each
and
other.
this amazing community. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've just been told I got to show off the birthday boy badge.
Wrong nipple. There it is.
Yeah.
A censored nipple?
I keep thinking it's like a mirror.
Yeah, like when you normally play with your nipples in front of the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Bo Jardine. I'm going to assume
Yes,
he's the
assume,
one who
yes.
gives us the dark greetings.
Oh, good on you, Bo. Get on, mate.
Well, Sis, is there anything else you wanted to cover on the ComX of it all?
Just a huge thank you to everyone who's been involved, to the creators who got onto the books, got onto the calendar, to the creators who just help out in the background. Oh, I've been censored this time. And yeah, just to everyone who supported ComX and got us, I should say, it's not me anymore, got us to where we are today. Because as I say now, there is no I in ComX.
I have a question for you, Sis.
Oh, yes, sure.
What's going to happen next? What's the big plan over the next 3 years? Do you have anything that you'd like to do with the site and with the organisation that you've created, where you'd like to head into the future?
Good question.
Well, all things going well, what I'd like to do is actually start, probably sometime in the next 3 or 5 years, start an event, starting in Brisbane, just a comic creator only event. So I just, well, first I want to go to markets and so forth and get the shop going and get it really pumping. And then if I can organize it, it sounds like a lot of work. So I don't know if I've got the time to do it, but I want to at least look into it and see if I can do that. I've started a site about it, but I haven't really done anything with it. Because I have this thing with starting sites. It's an addiction.
Nice.
Carry
well
forth
animated.
4 fingers.
And speaking of
We
Optimus
haven't got
Prime,
Alex here, but we got.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Wow.
That's what we want for reference.
That's a hell of a bot you got there, mate.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's
Dave,
the
you make a good point.
masterpiece one. Because my original was destroyed by my nephew.
Ooh.
No, cousin, sorry. I always think of him as nephew because he was so much younger than me, but he's my cousin. My mother gave it to him when I moved to Brisbane, and I got back to go, where are my toys? And it's like, oh yeah, I gave him to, I won't say his name, but he destroyed them. He just obliterated them.
See, I thought that was
No
a sweet
love,
story where you handed your toy off to your nephew and, he got to at least enjoy it. I didn't realize your mum gave it to him behind
enjoy
his back.
destroying them, I guess. I guess he enjoyed destroying them.
Yeah. Wow. Does anyone else want to throw a question at Sis before we move on? Going once, going twice. Anybody? No. Well, I thought.
Questions?
Sorry, quick.
I said Lee's got lots of questions. 6, I think.
Yes. Yes, I do.
More.
Aha. Right, let's pick one.
What?
Yeah, there you go. What?
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 Wow.
Let's
That's what
go
I
all
created.
existential and stuff, man.
What?
Actually, Sis, do you have an answer for why? That's a tricky one. That one sneaks up on
No,
you.
it's not that tricky. I have this obsessive compulsive thing where I like to help people. It gets me into a lot of trouble sometimes because I help the wrong sort of people, but this time it's worked out really well.
Yeah, that's good.
So, like, you get roped into bank robberies and stuff like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Or toxic people is probably the better way to put it.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that was a good why. Well, then give us a where. Just just cause. Let's wag this thing.
Where? Brisbane? I don't know.
No, the exact moment you came up with the idea, that's the where he's hoping for.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that.
The exact moment that you came up with the idea, where were you? Do you know?
I was in bed. I was thinking about it overnight and thinking about how I could find. All I wanted to do was find more comic shops to fill the spots in my collection because all the local ones didn't have what I was looking for. And then I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea if I find all this information and put it on a website so other people can access that information? And then it went to, I won't do the quick version. I'll do the, and then it went, I found that comic shops did events. And so I looked into events and I added a bit to the site that cataloged events. And then I found out indie creators went to these events. And that's where it all changed because I was sort of like, what? There's Australian indie creators? I've been collecting comics since the 80s and I've never heard of Australian indie creators. And I went, maybe this is a common thing. Maybe other people haven't heard of them. So my motivation was, well, people need to know this. This is amazing. There's local comics and I didn't know. So that's where and that just overtook the site purpose.
Yeah.
So when you had this idea in bed, were you lying next to Nick May while he was drawing his comics?
Possibly.
He was.
You're in Nick May's art studio.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, what I thought we should do is talk to some people we haven't talked to for a while, and one of our people who was a damn near regular, but then she dropped off the face of the earth. Let's check in with Lady Radis. Where have you been? What have you been up to? You must have got a lot of comics done while you're gone.
I surprisingly actually got quite a bit of work done up until the spicy end of pregnancy. But other than that, no, it's been pretty dead for the past 6 weeks, unfortunately.
Yeah. What was it like picking up your pen for Skeletor a couple of weeks ago, or last week even?
It was good. Like in terms of motivation wise, it's a little tough. Just having your mind so completely, I wouldn't say drained, but occupied by looking after someone so precious, obviously. But it was really nice to get back into it. And I said to my husband the other day, Lockie, I was like, I still don't have that urge to just pick up a pen yet. But I trust that process will happen naturally and I'll get back into the swing of things when I feel a bit more comfortable, which I know will just take time.
It's probably too early to tell, I'm sure, but has your little one reached for the pen at all? Do you reckon she's a natural waiting?
Yeah, I've already got her in the schedule. She's due, she's got a deadline next month.
Sweet.
Hopefully she'll get it done.
Well, get her on Drink Control. We'll talk about
it. Yeah, she's I don't know if she's a lefty or righty yet, so hopefully she's part of the lefty club like myself, and then I'll know if she's naturally artistically inclined.
Oh.
David, you're a lefty as well?
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us what is there challenges to being a lefty? Like there's less guitars to choose from at the guitar shop?
Whiteboards.
Yeah. The challenge for me growing up, I had mates who played softball, and there were no left-handed catchers, so I had to miss out. But that was about it. I had to try and catch the thing without one, and that wrecked. That absolutely wrecked.
So, Dave, it's been a while since we've had you on. What have you been up to?
Just plugging away on my next ComX Noir entry. Just chipping away at it slowly.
Now, give us a refresher course. What's your story about?
Grimshard. It's about a teenage boy named Theo who works on his family farm, and he finds a cursed sword buried in the field. And he awakens an age-old curse that binds him to 8 other demons, and they're out to get him.
Yeah, right.
wow.
Grimshard. That's similar to Sizzle had a problem with incontinence. He would often do what was referred to as Grimshard.
Nothing sacred.
He's
in this
only
show.
three.
Drawing. Next to be drawing.
He is only three. Anyway. Yeah, that's awesome. So is that going to go in Noir 4? Is that where we're aiming? Or
December was the deadline, I think.
Yeah,
So,
5. That's 5.
Yeah,
Five.
Right.
Sure. Yeah,
Is
awesome.
that the horror one? Is it or the? I think the horror.
I'll have to look up which one you're in, dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head. There's too many balls in the air.
Spinning so many plates.
Well, what I'm submitting is the prologue to the broader piece, so it's it will still be used regardless.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim? You haven't been up to much, have you? Just lazing about, and you haven't been traveling the world, pimping cow comics or anything like that.
Not quite the world, but I've done the length and breadth of the country. No, not quite the length and breadth. But I was in Perth, which was great. PCAF. Lauren's Hood, which was really cool to get to that finally. That was great. It's a great show. Bendigo last weekend for BendiCon, and I've packed my bags ready to head just up the road to Oz Comic Con tomorrow. It's great to be back on the right side of the table. It's been a long time. So Anne-Marie and I were just talking this morning. I think I've done like 9 different shows, from zine fairs to full comic conventions in the last couple of, last year or so, last 18 months. So it's really great. Glad to be doing it. It's still in the old comics that I'm selling. The new stuff, other than Adventure Illustrated, the new stuff is still kind of on the drawing board. So yeah.
Don't think we didn't notice that shot that you just took at Lady Radis and David there, the right side of the table. Of course, obviously, them two being on the left side.
In the left side,
Right.
the right, the wrong side. Be on the selling side of the table for once.
Now, are the rumors true, Tim? Yeah, is there issue 9 talk?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, issue 9 is all drawn. Half of it was published in Adventure Illustrated 1, and the other half will be in Adventure Illustrated 2,
Okay.
with a few minor differences because I edited it to work as a couple of episodes for Adventure Illustrated. So it's slightly different in number 9. Number 10 is sitting on my wall. I've got some pencils hanging up over here, so that's already on its way. Number 10, that's the cover for number 9 behind me there. So that's what I'm ready to go.
Does that look like a bit of a homage to number 1? Is it?
Right. It's the mirror reverse of the original printing of number 1.
Oh, so you can hold them up next to each other?
Yeah, that's
awesome.
We actually,
Cool.
How awesome is that?
yeah,
Thanks.
that's wicked. Yeah, awesome.
Very nice.
I still look at your piece, Tim, in the calendar with
Say that
the
again?
rain that's happening behind it. It's so sick. I admire it every time.
Thanks. It took a long time. One of those things with hatching and cross hatching where I do like the first, 3 centimeter square worth of cross hatching, and then I go, oh my god, I've got all the rest of this O3 page to do in the same style, and I'm committed. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Doing chain
Oh,
mail.
that's crazy talk.
I did can you see the one behind me here on the wall? That the version of This Bull, This Lawyer.
Yeah.
That's the comic book page ratio 1. I did a square version for the calendar, which you just held up, but I did a page shaped one as well. And I liked it so much, I printed it out for myself at A1 or whatever size that is. And That's really cool.
Wow. Good on
Were
you.
you able to reuse some of the art, or did you redraw it all again?
No, I drew it as you see it behind me,
Right.
and then I rejigged that in Photoshop to fit your square format for the
Yeah.
calendar.
Cool.
Okay.
The head the whole time.
Yeah. No, I was just like, if you're drawing that rain twice, like, holy moly.
Yeah. But if I can keep going for a minute, if you're asking me about issue 9, and the last regular issue that we published was issue 7, and you haven't asked me about what's issue 8.
Yeah. Wait. What? Okay. Sure. What is issue 8?
Gary's going, you're going to spill beans, Tim? He's all of a sudden he stopped drawing. So issue 8 was written back in 1997, and I thumbnailed it in 1997, and it was never drawn. That's when we ran out of steam. And Michael Michelandos, the writer, has rejigged it a little bit, and I re-thumbnailed it and laid it out. And then I've given it to, it's a 34-page issue, and I've given it to about 30 other comic creators to do a single page each. So it's going to be a huge jam issue.
Yeah.
So I'm doing 6 of the pages myself because there's an introduction of an important character, Trevor's love interest, who becomes really important in issues 9 and onwards. But the other, 28 pages are being done by a bunch of people. I'll have to bring up the list.
Trevor's lady friend. What sort of species are we talking?
List. Can't remember what
Breed. It'd be a cow for sure, mate. Come on.
So,
well, I thought Trevor was the only upright.
That's one of the things that we answer, that question of why is he what he is, and why is it that most people, really everybody, doesn't really realize. I was just chatting with a friend today, and how did he ask the question? But anyway, I said, he said, because we're talking about Trevor in his middle age now, right? It'll be in the year 2022 and later. He said, "Oh, are there any like little illegitimate Trevors running around?" I said, "No, but there is an ex-wife." And he went, "What? There's an ex-wife?" So lots of things like that are going to get spilled. The fact that she didn't even know that he was a Minotaur, and why is that? How does that happen? So
she didn't know that he was a Minotaur.
That's right. There's a whole lot of weird stuff going on that we're gonna tell.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds awesome.
I feel like I need to know now, but we can leave it.
You'll have to. But yeah, and in issue 8, like Gary is one of the people who's contributing. Just the other day, I got Dave Sim from Cerebus fame to say that he'd contribute. I've got Ashley Wood, Ben Templesmith. I've already got Nicola Scott's page, and it looks amazing.
Wow.
Jonathan the River, Dean Rankin, Mark Sexton, who you guys know from Mad Max and Bug and Stump. Spedsy,
He's been on the show.
Yeah. So, Cooper, I'm just reading a list. I can't keep it all in my head. I'll forget people. So a whole bunch of really amazing people.
I'll get my page through to you as quick as I can. Yeah. Just had a lot on. That's all. So.
Yeah.
Stunned silence for Tim.
Change the subject here a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. We've heard little bits and pieces of the re-emergence from Mr. Challoner, but it's good to get it from the bull's mouth, if you will, man. I know. How funny am I, Gary? Tell us about it. Tell us about how funny I am. Gary, we enjoyed 2 hours of catching up with you two Wednesdays ago.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, bloody hell.
But for those who didn't watch, and it's right here on the channel, guys. Come on, give us a little bit of like, what have you been up to? How goes Adventure Illustrated 2?
It's almost done, getting closer by the day. I've had a bit of a bad week last week, so not very productive, but I'll have a couple of days off and get back into it again next week. So that's edging ever closer to the printer's deadline, so that'll be good. And also finishing up on final edits of the Cyclone book with Daniel Best. So that's probably going to be the next project after Adventure Illustrated #2. We'll get the final things done on the Cyclone book and get that released. And while that's happening, because I don't have too much to do with the Cyclone visual except for a cover, is a Morton Stone book, which I want to get out very quickly as well. So, but I don't have much to do on that at all. It's purely a production job, lettering and things like that. So those three things, Adventure Illustrated #2, the Cyclone book, and a Morton Stone special, which hopefully will be out, in the next month or two at the latest. So that's what I've been concentrating on and lining up all of my ducks for next year.
Yeah. So the Cyclone book with Daniel, when you say you're editing it, are you getting in there with the text, or are you being sort of the art director of the piece?
Yeah, I'm helping him do the production on it as well.
Right.
We're just at the stage of selecting artworks and stuff to go in there, and that's a pretty big job in and of itself. So Daniel and I are working fairly closely with that, and just giving the whole thing a final read so that it all makes sense and things are correct and the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and then it'll go into final production. So go to the printers and stuff like that. So a bit of full stop on my past and concentrate on 2023 and the future. So that's the way I'm looking at it anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tim, we've got some, you've blown away Peter Lane here.
Yeah.
He's coming to terms with what you've said. So much so you asked the question, wait, Dave Sim? Dave Sim has been triggered?
Yeah, Dave Sim's probably the most influential comic creator for me in my own work. So the fact that he said yes pretty much straight away was amazing. I was really chuffed about that. And we were holding page 1. I was holding the splash page of page 1 for somebody else who was umming and ahhing, somebody else who would have been amazing, and unfortunately had to say no.
Sorry and about
then,
that.
Yeah. At the time that I was asking Dave, and I said, well, page 1 has just become available if you wanted to do page 1. And he said, yeah, I'll take page 1. So yeah, great way to open the book with a Dave Sim. And I'm going to ink everybody's work. Like this is the thing as well. So like I sent Ashley Wood his reference back the other day. I said, don't forget I'm inking everybody. And he said, I don't actually pencil, Tim. I'm going to be giving you inks. So, you're going to ink my inks. Let's see what happens when you do that. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty full-on project. And I've got people like Ashley, whose artwork is like so idiosyncratic. People like Gary here, whose work is just spot on and beautiful and perfect.
It's just idiotic, not idiosyncratic, idiotic.
And people like Ben Hutchings, who's really like cartoony and so I'm going to be inking all of this weird kind of stuff. Should be a really interesting book.
Is the cover going to be just you? Are you doing the cover?
I am, yeah.
No surprise. I just thought with that one-off issue, it might have been a little bit different.
I'm thinking about maybe doing a Kickstarter, what do they call it? The Kickstarter only cover as well. But I haven't really thought of who might do that. So maybe there'll be a second cover. I'm not sure.
Well, you should get Dave Sim's brother. Obviously, he's well renowned as well. Dim. He's everywhere these days.
Right. Tasty artwork. He really does.
Gary, do you want to be on next week's show as well? Or I don't know if you, because I do this all the time. So.
I know.
Unfortunately.
Now, what goes well with Dim Sims is, of course, noodles, and a man who is always noodling, Nick May. What are you been noodling, mate? You're always got something cooking. What are we talking?
Two things. It's my big brother's 55th birthday tomorrow, so I just thought I'd show you a blank screen in honor of that. Happy birthday, Uncle Paul. Hold on.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
That's
Nice.
the start of something for him. I've just been working on something for one of our esteemed colleagues, another blank piece of paper. Something for Quick Nick.
Yeah.
Some idea generation here. So, yeah, that's been taking up my time. But
That's
a lot
awesome.
of noodling.
Yeah.
And then Optimus Prime, allegedly.
Noodlemus Prime.
That's great.
Mr. Chalker, give us a B for B5. Where are we at? What are we talking?
1 page to go. So
Wow.
that's the second last page.
Holy wait, we're gonna put that up.
Sick.
It's
That
insane.
just quietly, that might be one of the best pages I've ever seen from you.
That's cool.
Really, really cool.
Amazing.
Amazing, mate.
Yeah, so that's
Fantastic.
done and 1 to go, and then all the art is done. So yeah, it's good. Feeling good.
Is
And,
Dave Sim doing anything on that?
Beg your pardon?
Is Dave Sim contributing to that issue?
Oh, well, I know a bloke who knows a bloke, so maybe later we can wrangle something with a little bit of yarn, mate, so you never know.
That's where it starts.
Cover in there.
Community is unity.
Oh, that's right. That is exactly right.
And Lee, we had a big win today. Ryan Vella finished penciling his last page of Ring Around the Rosie.
Yes, that was pretty amazing.
Yes, I saw that page.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was a good feeling to see that. So, just got to get that inked, and that's our little project done and dusted too there, man. So, yeah, good times, mate. I got no complaints. Busy. Happy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, we're going to check in with you, mate. How goes the Autobot?
Amazing. You talking to me?
Yeah, David
Dave,
Bye.
my boy. Yeah, he's going all right. I've just got to try and bodge these colours. Every bit of image I bring up of this Optimus Prime, he's got a different colour scheme, or they're coloured differently. So,
there's a few versions of him.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of. Well, I'm just slapping it down now.
Dave, is he having a big cup of coffee?
Yeah, well, it's actually going to be a beer.
Oil.
Some oil, maybe.
Yeah, how's he going to get it past his mouth shield there, Dave?
That's the question, mate. That's the actual punchline of the whole thing.
Right. We're talking there's going to be
There's
some...
going to be a little... Yeah, there's going to be a little comment on... He's going to have a comment. Now, I had this helmet was going to be red, and then I've brought up a picture here, and it's all bloody blue. I'm going to do it red, bugger it, because this is all going to be blue here. So, no, it's going to be a red helmet. Sorry if anyone's offended.
Well, so a red chest and a blue helmet.
And you drew him from the waist up because you didn't want to draw his nuts?
Yeah, it's a family show, mate. So yeah, they're exactly right. Nuts and
Oh,
bolts.
Dave, we've
Nuts-
seen
nuts
you
and
bust
bolts.
out your magazine collection on this family show, mate. Don't go, don't go all shy now.
That was my
and of
one
course-
and only claim to fame. Man.
We're back to the man himself, Sizz. Should we take a look at some art, mate?
Well, I'll say what I'm doing at the moment, if you want.
Please. I didn't want to put you on. Yes,
Yeah.
please go.
Put me on the spot.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
that's cool. We are putting together issue 4 of Presents and Presents New Art. We've got all the art for Doug and, well, almost all the art for Doug and Sizzle.
Oh, we
Into
changed the name.
multiverse. Sorry?
We changed the name, did we?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Sizzle and Doug. I don't
Hey,
know why I
there
did
it
that
is.
backwards. Sizzle and Doug into the multiverse. I'm just used to calling Doug all the time. He's higher up the ranks in this household.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm used to answering to him. So we're putting that together. We are getting submissions for number 5. And once we do 4, then you Kickstarter for that and get it all out there. Then we'll move on to 5.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. No stopping the ComX train, mate.
No. And then at the end of the year, we have submissions for the Nightmares anthology.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. And so yeah, what's the submission process for Nightmares? People pitch an idea to you, or what's the go?
They pitch an idea. Some people have just been sending in art, like finished work or thumbnails. And yeah, we just go over them. We haven't got too many submissions so far, so it's because the date's December.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just go through them and see what will fit in the comic. So far, it's been pretty good. It's been I haven't rejected anything yet, so
Just wait till you see what I send through for you. Say that. Yeah, that's awesome.
it's awesome.
Should we look at other things that are awesome?
Hey, look at this.
Hurtful. Take us away, Sis.
Yeah, I'm just downloading one now. Hang on.
Oh, do you want me to start?
Yeah, you start. I'm still downloading a few.
All right, we've got one from Ryan Christopher here. It's going twice.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's nice.
Really good.
Very good, mate.
Thanks, Ryan. Look at that, Nick May, thick outline, thinner in line. He went to the same school I did. Peeking at your drawing board. Now, Tony, Davo.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Good on
Nice
you,
work,
mate.
Davo. Davo, drop a comment. I want to know, was it a pain in the butt having to draw Optimus Prime, or was it good times? Oh, and Sizz. There's a Sizzle here. Do we dare?
I cheated.
A pre-drawn Sizzle.
I drew
Yeah.
the truck.
Hey!
Is that anime?
Transform and roll out.
Can you
The
do the
robot
voice?
seemed too complicated, even though
Can
I
you-
picked it.
Can you do the voice, Sizz?
No, I cannot. That's a quite distinct voice, old Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime, Nick May, much the same.
Oh, much.
Same age.
This is Hugh McGowan.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's
No,
you.
good on you, Hugh.
Work, Hugh.
I dare say Hugh likes to
Mate.
draw
Awesome.
robots.
Yeah,
Does he?
that's brilliant.
It's just a guess based on that one.
Good on you, mate. That's really
Yeah. Thanks so much, Hugh. That's wicked.
yeah, a lot of work there.
Now the smaller of the Mays, it's Dan May. Sorry, up and down.
Oh, sick.
Holy moly.
That's
Those
a
are-
placemat that was
Whoa.
the same.
The logo
Those are
and everything.
Great lines.
That's
Great
the,
man.
that's the bloody That's the real thing, mate. That's fair income. That one, that's like the promotion drawing poster.
You could have used that for reference, Dave.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, red arms. Blue
I'm
helmet.
glad mine's not next. Oh, we've got a second Dan made. Do I dare cut
Yeah, we
forward?
do.
All right, let's check it out.
Don't miss anyone else.
Nice.
Wow.
Bloody
Yeah,
hell,
Dan.
Mate, that's great.
They're on fire.
all that
Holy
bullying must
moly.
have really helped.
Yeah, that's no Octopus Prime.
That's Optimus.
Nate Stone's in the house. Look at that.
That's cool.
Good on you.
That's like
Right.
that's the design you'd use for a children's cartoon version of it or something. I mean, they are children's cartoons, but wow, that's awesome, Nate.
That's really
And I dare put my own up. That's mine, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
that's a really good one, mate.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
that. Yeah. How long do I leave it up for?
That's good. man.
Neil Blandon.
Your usual
This'll
standard,
be-
mate. Always good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a vacuum cleaner? It's one of the legs, I reckon.
And he's got Nick May's shoes on as well.
Yeah.
Thank goodness somebody does. Watch out for Tinian, Neil.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Neil. That's wicked. Do you want to take over, Sizz, or I'll keep going?
You keep going. I'll do the comments.
All right. We got Tony Menzie. We got two from Tony.
Oh,
Black and white.
wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tony, what the hell?
Hey, that last.
Take a breath, Tony.
That's
Go on,
fantastic.
Charlie.
Yeah, holy
Crazy.
moly.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his Allspark out, ready to. Oh, someone just grabbed that Allspark. Colored version,
Wow.
Jesus.
I like the other one better.
animated.
Yeah, we used to.
Allspark in, Allspark out.
I'm
Allspark in,
losing.
Allspark out.
I'm assuming he did
Oh,
that in
yes.
the hour, yes?
Alive, dead.
It needs more power.
The larger of the two Mays. Oh,
Yeah.
and he's still got the shoes.
He's still got the shoes. I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
good, man.
I like his legs. The legs are the main attraction for me here.
Yeah,
The boots.
Very
I want
good.
the boots to wear for myself.
that's
Very cool.
that is
Yeah.
awesome.
He's
As
got the
usual,
power.
mate.
That one
That's
does.
ripper.
Yeah, wicked. That is wicked. Back in action. It's Lady Radis.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Line.
Yeah.
Look at
Bloody
that.
hell, Lauren.
Nice.
Well done, Lauren. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's
She's still
wicked.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
That's awesome. Matt Rice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got a high vis jacket.
He's sweating too.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. That is so cool.
No time for a toilet break.
Yeah, why would Optimus Prime get a minimum wage when he's got the damn Allspark and he's mind you,
Because he
he's
has
having all the packages in his trailer?
Correct.
The story writes itself, really.
Perfect.
He's the delivery man and the delivery vehicle. Shannon Browning.
Very
Whoa.
cool.
Golly.
Goodness.
You're not allowed to look up art
Oh,
and send it
man.
in.
Whoa. Shannon.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Holy moly.
So much art coming through. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. What's
I
happening
know.
on tonight? Everyone's on steroids.
Next, we've got Challoner Optimus Sizzle Color. I'm going to guess
I
that's
don't-
Gary
I didn't look
Challoner.
at the name.
Oh, no, it is Sizzle, though.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Gary.
Gary loves it. I just heard her.
That's awesome. Sis, what are you doing with your mouth?
I love how the tongue also looks like a love heart, so you like blow it a kiss as well.
Very good, Darren.
I'm excited.
See that? That's awesome.
I've got the power. Sing it. Yeah,
Sweet. I want it as a 7-incher now.
Too late.
Brad Pickersgill.
Cool.
Brad's a big Transformer guy.
Oh, good on you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a ripper,
He
mate.
likes tech, doesn't he?
Well done. Nice.
Brad's probably been shaking his head at some of the banter on tonight's show. That's awesome, Brad. Thank you so much.
Really good.
Very good.
Ethan Harris. Yeah, look at that. Dynamic
that's really
pose.
Getting around.
Yeah, that's very good, Ethan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Nice work, Ethan. I want to take a flick through the rest of those pages. What else is going on in that book?
Yeah.
And then the man in the Where Did Wah Go? He's right here.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
Good on you,
David.
Dave.
Look at the grit on it.
Great.
Yeah.
That's good, mate. Nice bloody shadow and that in there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's an Optimus that's seen some shiz.
Sizzle. Shizzle.
It's me PGing
Seen some shizzle sizzle.
He's seen some stuff. That old Optimus. And then what about our traditional folks in the room? Where are we at? Should we check in? What do you
No.
reckon? Lee, is it too early?
I might have to call like a 3-minute injury time here, man. Like,
No, actually, that's good because I'm reminded of something. I dropped the ball last week. I said we would do this in the last part of the show. Chris Wood with She-Hulk.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
stuffed that up
Very
and forgot
cool.
to show it.
Yeah, no, my fault too. I said let's do it in the end of the show, and then we got carried away and we forgot. So Chris absolutely smashed it. You can find Chris Wood Inc. on
Yeah, that's really good.
Instagram. I think that's his handle. Does work for Bad Harvey and stuff like that.
Very,
Killing it.
very good.
What about you, Tim? Can we pick on you? Or have you been scribbling away?
Yeah, I think I'm. Other than like, there's a lot to fix, but mostly finished.
Oi!
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
Prime Bit.
So
Yeah.
cool.
That
Very
is
good.
wicked.
That's awesome.
That is
Very
really
good.
cool. Hell yeah. And now let's just take a quick look around his room. We got some nice curtains. Yeah. All right.
It'll
Give us
do.
time, I'll show the movie.
Oh, there it is.
That's the one, is it?
There you go.
The 80s movie. Oh, yeah, bring up Lise.
Oh.
Awesome.
Hey.
Cool, man.
Brilliant.
Well,
Lee.
mate.
Nice.
Oh, you got stuck into
Holy
that.
moly.
Very good.
Now, Lee,
Lee.
how did you find it? Drawing something so sort of square and whatnot.
I just did my thing, man.
Did the ruler come out, or
No, I just did my thing, man. I just draw, man. That's like, you know, I always loved that the Gen 1 sort of looking robot, and I just sort of, I don't know, I like wires and stuff, you know, like in industrial stuff. So I just tried to add a little bit of bits and bobs to the old fella. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, and that thing in the background, when you got him as a toy, he came with a trailer. So this trailer had this machine that used to pop up like that and have like a turret on it, you know, like, and that used to be his backup. And he used to have a little car called Roller, I think, that used to be in the trailer and that as well. So I just ran out of time to draw Roller, but yeah, no, it was very fun.
yeah, so I guess make an appointment with the doctor to see about those bibs and bobs on your old fella.
I've just been, yeah, my phone's just started ringing, mate. So that someone must be listening to the show. It's gone off the hook. It's crazy.
And of course, it would make sense to check back in with Dave one more time.
Amazing.
Dave, we've missed you. Where have you been the last couple of weeks?
Oh, life gets in the way sometimes. So, you know, you just can't make it around every time. So you got to just pull the pin and
Yeah,
other things
I
happen.
don't know. I was frankly, I was hoping for a better excuse than that, Dave.
Sorry, mate. That's all I'm saying.
Like, it's weird. It's like I see you every Friday, and then between you, Alex, and Nick, you guys weren't on the show. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
Who do I talk to? I was left with Quick and Sizzle. You know,
We're not good enough, Quick.
Oh, he came back the second week, didn't you, mate?
Oh,
I'm talking to you, Spezzy. You came back. They were good enough to talk to.
yeah, they were good enough, mate. They were good enough. Oh, what are we about to see, Sis?
Kerry got a Optimus Prime My Little Pony.
Yeah.
They did a crossover comic, didn't they?
Oh, right.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
So yes,
And speaking of
big fan of
Alex
Optimus
Major,
Prime.
maybe
Sorry?
we should. Speaking of Alex Major, maybe we should take a look.
Yeah.
I've got it ready to go if you like.
Yeah, go
now,
for your life.
Alex Major is our resident animator. What he likes to do is take the character that we are drawing that week and have it transform, if you will, or bring out or show off an Australian indie comic book character. So, of course, this week's Optimus Prime, but who is the Australian character? We will find out.
What?
Gary.
Hey, my favourite.
Well
robot.
played, Alex.
Robot arm.
Flash
Yeah,
Domingo.
Robot arm.
Alex,
Yes.
that's
very
awesome.
nice.
Where did Flash
Very
Domingo? Into Optimus's trailer. Nailed it.
Oh, family show, Rob.
If we could get Gary to stop talking about his 7-incher for 5 minutes, then maybe we could.
Well, what about Lee and his old fella?
Yeah. Yeah,
Welcome back, Lauren.
I'm not revealing any more bits and bobs, mate. So, like, I'm officially shutting myself down for the evening.
Yeah, Lauren, we missed you. Can you tell this show went well off the rails while you were gone?
Oh, it's even more appropriate.
Yeah, good to have you
There you
back.
go.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey.
Awesome. Love the
Oh,
color
cool.
scheme.
Nice.
Oh, that beer's pops. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome,
Very
Dave.
cool.
For those playing at home, you can grab, if you see something you like from Dave's weekly drawings, you can reach out to Sizzle or Dave himself, and you can purchase yourself some original Dave Dye art or see him at a convention. The awesome thing about seeing Dave at a convention with all his artwork is he often just grabs a huge pile of stuff and he doesn't really know what he brought until he gets there, and you might score yourself a receipt or like an invoice, a random invoice, because it's just a pile of paper from Dave's desk. But amongst the receipts are some beautiful chestnuts. Yes, Dave.
That happened the other day because normally I take me finished. I've got a folder full of comic pages, finished artwork. But the other day, because I only had half a table, I had to share with Matt Kine at Home Cook, and I just grabbed a heap of my offcuts. These one, these drawings and stuff that I just grabbed, and in amongst them, there's all these different things. But Lee, I managed to sell one pencil sketch of Handsome. That bloody hands-on.
Cool.
That one you've got there behind you.
Yes.
The rough pencil sketch I did of that was on an A4 sheet of paper, and the girl was looking through, and she looked through them all, and she said, "I really like this one. I don't like comics, but I like this picture." So I flogged that one off as a pencil sketch.
Yeah, $80. $80. Darn.
That's because of your art. That's great. Yes,
So
one of
thanks,
my happy possessions is that, mate. That drawing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
thanks, mate.
Here it comes. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's wicked.
I was very
Nice to see it.
proud to get that. That was awesome.
Nice to see it
Yeah.
framed, mate. Looks good. Thank you.
That's all right, mate. No worries at all. Thank you.
No, thank you both.
No, shucks.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll have a beer.
Yeah, what you got,
Have a
Sid?
beer, yep. We got some late art. We got Dushan Silver.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dushan.
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, good one.
Great.
Cool.
Dushan. Very
Nice
good,
work.
mate. Excellent
And
work.
Ryan Bella.
As usual.
Oh,
Here we go.
Is it working?
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
moly.
Yeah, nice.
Great
Well
work.
done.
That's another Optimus that's seen some shiz.
All
Been through
good
the wall,
stuff.
that guy.
wow. Matrixy.
All right. Shall we close out the show by talking about ourselves? What do you think, Sis?
Yep. Sounds good. Am I doing
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
Yeah, so this is the part of the show where we, as the voiceover just told you, we tell you where to go and find us. You can find me anywhere on the social medias at Spedsy. My website is psychojanitor.com. I do a book about a toilet, a depressed slug, and an old man full of regrets who uses that to fuel him as he hunts mutant chickens. And over to you, quick Nick.
I'll take a quick one. Head over to my Instagram at detectivebudgie.com. I'm beefing it up. I'm posting more often. It's a good time to get over there.
Oh, right.
Mr.
Really,
Ratchis.
mate.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep it quick as well because little Bubba needs me. You can find me at the Martial Arts on Instagram and Facebook, laurenmartialart.com for the interwebs. I don't have too much going on at the moment, but stay tuned because I'm going to be getting some stuff done. But I'm going to have to love you and leave you. It's good to be back. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
But yeah, I'll pass it over to David, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren.
See you, Mum.
Now we can do innuendo jokes. Oh, no, we've been doing that all night. David, where can we find you?
Yep, my work in progress webcomic, Grimshard, is at www.grimshard.com. Also on the site, you'll find links to all my social media pages.
Awesome.
Yep.
Mr. He of the Greener Pastures.
Yeah. I've actually had to pick up my phone so I can tell you what my so my Instagram is Tim McEwen, one word. That's probably the best place to follow me. My Twitter is Tim McEwen67. And if you want to have a bit of a look at what the comic is about, you can go to greenerpasturescomic.com.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Chalonier.
GaryChaloner.com, Facebook, Twitter under Gary Chaloner, and I'm just working away on Adventure Illustrated 2, as I said a little bit earlier, so that'll be the next thing that's hitting the stands very soon. Ta-da!
Roll a copper look at this guy, would you?
You can find me on Instagram at Chernobyl. One day, roller cop might be a thing. Nick has given me some incredible insight into how to make it work. So we'll see what happens there.
All right.
Me.
Still waiting for Rob to draw my pages for Vamoose 4. Come on, Rob. But otherwise, I'd love to hear from Lee.
Hello, battleforbustle.com, Lee Chalker on Facebook, Battle for Bustle on Facebook, Tuesday night, 7:30 on the ComX network with Tuesday Chinwag, meeting people, talking to people, having a yarn. And that's about it. But just the last thing I'd like to say is, Shane, good on you, mate. And for both you and Carey for the effort you've put in over the last 3 years, because the 14-year-old kid that was sitting at home reading comic books and, you know, like wondering who all these people were and, you know, like if I'd ever get to draw them and, you know, meet people like all of you guys. Thank you, mate. Without you, I wouldn't have, you know, like had that opportunity. So yeah, man, I hope you're around for a lot longer and it's great to be part of the community, mate. So happy birthday and well done.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Pleasure, thank you.
mate. Good on you, mate. I endorse everything that Lee just said.
Thanks, Dave.
Even battleforbustle.com.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Sure.
Last time I was on the show was a couple of weeks ago. I haven't done a lot of work on, as I told you then, I was working on my Beowulf and the Dragon. So I haven't done a lot since then, but some of these pages you may not, I don't think you saw. You've seen that one with the dragon coming out of his cave and terrorising,
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dave,
terrorising the neighbourhood.
Dave, that
Also-
might be some of your best work. That is crazy good.
Oh.
Yeah, well, well, hey, it's taken me time a bit more with some of my inking and that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Taking a
Yeah.
bit more time, get stuff done. Instead of sometimes I used to just want to get it done and get on to the next story or get on to the next page. So these are just a little bit slower getting done.
Yeah, beautiful.
But,
Awesome, man.
so I'm hoping to have this finished, this Beowulf comic finished in the next month anyway. So that'll be available. I'll let you know all about that, of course, probably next week. I'll Is that old man Buddy Biscuit up there?
Same.
Well, thank you very much. All right. Well, my stuff's available on Owner Indie, and I've got to send you some more comics, Sis. And
Yeah,
I'll
that'd
get
be
those in
awesome.
the mail soon. And I've got comics available on Owner Indie. So, and Gary Challoner's got comics on there. Tim McEwen's got comics on there. Who else? Anyone else here got comics on there? And if you haven't, why not? It's a great resource for Aussie indie creators to have a shop,
Agreed.
online shop, just like ComX shop is a great resource. All right, that's enough from me. But thanks, Ash. Good on you, mate. Thank you very much. All right, over to you, Sis.
I'll do my usual ComX shop. And I'm usually in the screen still.
Get up there.
Yeah,
Come on.
there we go.
Sure.
So we got the ComX shop, Australian indie goodness with one flat rate postage, which is currently $9. So buy one comic, buy 20 comics, it's $9 postage. So
Look at the
yeah,
one egg.
I'll do
Well,
Alex's
the egg
job
in the
and remind people to like the video, subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome if you could do that. Thank you very much. And ring that bell to get notified.
Yeah.
One last thing. Oh, yeah.
One of those things is not like the other one.
Well done, Quick. That was good, mate. 3 eggs. Quick, and a hat.
To celebrate the birthday, I went to Redbubble and got this made.
Hey.
So if you go to Redbubble and search for ComX Community, all the goodies will come up. So get yourself one of those, just like Mr. May did, and just
Yeah,
like
baby.
I did. Yeah, wrong way.
I ordered one. I ordered one today, mate.
That was you.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the red one and the grey one that Kerry ordered.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Was that?
The three wise men.
Three wise men, yes.
Balls
Uh,
Three
Sis,
hard-boiled eggs.
there's a video there. Third birthday. Is that something you want?
Oh God, I forgot about the birthday. Yeah, let's just play that. That was made by Morgan. Third birthday. Here we go. Thanks for that, Morgan.
Good on you, Morgan.
Fun.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well, I believe that's our show for this week. Next week we will be back, of course. Next week we are drawing Blade with special guest Mark Randall, I believe. Now, I won't be here. I will be away. In my seat will be a young Peter Wilson.
Yes.
So I urge you all to show him the same respect that you show me.
No,
So very little.
More would be better.
May his jokes cause all of you to roll your eyes like a young Gary Challiners did tonight.
All out.
Just one last thing.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
sorry, you were saying?
No, that's all right.
I was just going
Sure,
to say, I've got my citrus here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, look at that.
Wow.
That's huge. That's
Man,
more than
that's
7
mate,
inches.
That's a big one. Big
Come
one.
back, Lauren.
Made a while ago.
Wacko,
There he
mate,
is.
that's fantastic.
That's the guy. Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, man. Is that a candle he's got in his hand?
It's
It is
a
Let's say it
paintbrush.
is.
It's a paintbrush.
A paintbrush. Oh, right, good. One of these things.
No,
No, that's
No, nothing like that, Dave, at all. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in the room. Thank you to everybody at home. Thank you for sending in art. We're here every week. Please do like, subscribe. Let's keep the good times rolling. We'll see you on Tuesdays for Chinwag, Aussieverse, all right here on ComX Net AU. And until next week, say your what is it? Say your vitamins and eat your prayers. And
Here's to another 3 years.
yeah.
Here's to another
Yes,
3 years.
agreed.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, Dave. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks.
Someone should call the
Bye.
police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to comx.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright Sizz, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle? Sausage sizzle.